at 10:15, and the world of social media can be pretty tricky to navigate and a little scary as well. As our children venture more into the digital abyss, parents might be tempted to install software that tracks their every swipe. So, joining us with the questions that we should ask ourselves before spying on our child is Katherine Sellery, CEO and founder of Conscious Parenting Revolution. And before we get, to what we should be asking our kids, do you have any advice for parents that are just first of all debating whether or not their child's ready for social media use?
Such a good question. Social media is one of those things where it's so integrated into our lives now that for some children, hearing or seeing something negative about themselves being posted is devastating. And so I would say have big conversations before you start to just open it up to them about how people say mean things.
Yeah.
And how it may not be something that they want to learn, like what other people think about you is none of your business. And so knowing that that is truly the case, when you're little, boy, it doesn't feel that way. And everybody's so geared about what other people think about you. I'd be really careful. I'd have big conversations before I open the door.
All right. So then once we do that, we open the door. Our kids are now on social media. What's the first question that as parents should ask before maybe considering spying on our child if we have that temptation?
Well, why do I have the urge to invade in, my child's privacy? So the urge to invade may appear when your child isn't disclosing information in the way that you feel is necessary. So maybe your teen seems more quiet or detached than usual, or they've started hanging out with a group of kids that you're not so happy with, and they rub you the wrong way. So the reality is that you and your children are likely to disagree about what counts as routine disclosure versus self-disclosure. So you should both come to an agreement on what constitutes critical information and why you need to know it versus what your child can keep to themselves. So figure that out. That's such an important conversation.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. So start with the why, kind of, that
Yes.
you have that urge as a parent to want to do that. Your next question, though, is what will happen if I invade my child's privacy? Why don't we talk about that now?
Yeah, so once you've set this boundary and expectations together with your child for what constitutes routine or self-disclosure, then don't violate that boundary. So invading your child's privacy after that decision has been made is probably one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. So research has shown that invading a child's privacy will ultimately have a negative impact. So when children feel their parents are overstepping, what they're going to do is often hide or lie and keep information even more from you because they don't trust you now.
And see, that's exactly what we don't want to have happen
That is actually
as parents.
exactly what you don't want.
Yeah. So then what's the final question that we should ask ourselves?
Well, so what can I do instead to, facilitate that trust in my relationship with my child? So the more that you can demonstrate and show your child that they can trust you, the less you'll have the urge to invade their privacy, and the more they'll want to let you into their private lives. So we need to remain calm when our child chooses to disclose sensitive information. So keeping our composure is key to making them feel safe. And then keep private information private. If your child should feel secure in the fact that they can respect you and that you're going to respect them, then we have to just really honor that. And remember, punishment is that thing that we often feel inclined to go to. I'm going to take this away because you did that, la, la, la. Respect their autonomy and their need for independence. You have to start demonstrating by slightly backing off, right, and paying attention to those boundaries that were set together.
Yeah, a lot of really good stuff. I'm the parent of a young one right now, but I can imagine, it's a big shift in parenting when you're constantly all eyes on them, and then you've got to let them kind of spread their wings a little bit more, especially in the social media world. KatherineSellery.com for more information. You are a great resource for conscious parenting, so thank you so much for your time today.
So great to be here. Thank you.